Hello again, everybody. Welcome again along to our little beer review, combining wrestling and beer. This week we are on to two of my favourite wrestlers of all time, good old Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mrs. Foley's baby boy, Mick Foley, or better known as Milk Foley in this case. We're on to this week ice cream, pale ale type beers. So yeah, we've got another one again from Top Rope, Cold Stone Cream Austin. Right, I said Cold Stone Cream Austin, and Milk Foley from Turning Point Brewery. So Richie, we're having a go at the Stone Cold one, are we this time? First up, mate? What's the notes, mate?
Well, I thought, these two were they're both kind of top draw kind of wrestlers, right? And two very familiar, like very similar kind of styles of beer. So I thought they kind of that would work quite nicely.
Be a good bout.
Absolutely. These would be like the last match of the WrestleMania, wouldn't they? Essentially. So
yeah, it would be main event, mate.
Yeah.
I would suggest.
So I thought maybe we'll go with the Top Rope first. So this is the Cold Stone Cream Austin. It's only a 4.6 Scott, I think. This one for vegans will be happy that there's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no lactose in this. So I'm guessing the kind of ice cream style would have been made up by things like typically vanilla and oats and that kind of thing. Cascade, Mandarin and Bavaria hops, if that's how you say it. And I think this is kind of rated as about 3.8 on Untapped, so it's pretty strong rating, really.
Cool.
Yeah, should we crack one open? What?
Oh, hell yeah.
Cue Stone Cold catching 6 cans in one hand.
Yeah, you can drop one. What a hero.
Mine's a little bit excited, this one here. Just got the beer can. Got the beer can with me today, Scotty. You'll be pleased to know.
An Austin beer, mate. I just want two of them to clang together and just pour all over my own head. But,
that's a really pretty clear, light-looking beer. Just smell very creamy, actually.
As a rule, I'm not a big milkshake guy.
You know what, I've got to say, mate,
But
yeah.
I shall give it a go. It's again, like probably as I've said on a few of these reviews, there's certain beers like it is a schooner's worth for me normally. We kind of know what we're getting into with Milk Foley, don't we? Because we've had it on.
Yeah, totally.
Similar deal. Very pleasant, but like I ain't got a sweet tooth anyway, to be honest with you. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? If I'm going to be offered a cake or a pizza, I'm having the pizza. You know,
I tend to agree, mate. I like one from time to time, but it's a bit of a treat. They're a little bit too sweet, as you say. I personally wouldn't want to session this kind of stuff. But then again, mate, I mean, we've had people in the pub, when we've had things like Milk Foley on, it has just got absolutely rinsed, doesn't it? It's been such a popular beer.
Yeah, same like Burning Soul. They've done a bunch of different type things on the night, and they don't stick about. So I'm probably in the minority, but yeah, mate, we'll give it a go. Give it a bit of a go, and I'm not just going to sort of crap on it before I've tried it. So let's see what we reckon.
I think, mate. I mean, I've just had a swig there. I think you'll find that's really subtle, actually. Like that is nothing like Milk Foley in terms of sweetness and mouthfeel. But that's not a bad. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, by the way, guys. That's just like it's got that kind of subtle sweet. The vanilla's a really nice touch, actually. I mean, it's a funny old thing, isn't it? I've probably always thought like you either don't have that kind of thing there, or you go the kind of whole hog and go for something like Milk Foley. But that is just nice and subtle, isn't it? It's just rounds it off. It's a little bit sweet.
I can live with that, mate, to be honest.
Totally.
I mean, I know it's a pale ale, but it's got more of an ale taste to it, if you know what I mean, with that sweet, just a sweeter edge on it.
I completely agree.
It kind of rounds a bit of bitterness off, if you know what I mean, because it's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That is just like a really nice, refreshing session. But it's the vanilla is definitely there, isn't it? I think that's a really tasty beer.
Honest with you, I think the biggest compliment I can pay that is I would drink 2 schooners of that.
Yeah.
Without getting bored, you know what I mean? That's for me. That's thoroughly decent, nice.
I reckon that's probably the best top rope yet so far, actually.
I'd 2 schooner that. That is very much a sunshine beer. I probably said that, to be fair, about the one of the pale ales earlier on one of the videos. But that is, yeah, it's very crushable to me. It's definitely a sunny beer, if you know what I mean.
Totally, mate. It's so I don't mean this again, not in a bad way. It's so inoffensive. It's just a dead easy beer to drink. It's got just a bit of hop bitterness.
It might, to be fair, it might not be, and that's probably suits you and I's palate. You know, it's kind of, as people have probably got to know, that I'm more dry hop and IPA type chap. That's more my bag. So I kind of like more bitter hops and what have you. So, you know, I sometimes struggle with stuff like this. So the fact it's inoffensive to me, it might not be for everybody. You know what I mean? People who sort of enjoy their milkshakes probably want to double down on and have a good, you know what I mean, that lactose that you speak of, and kind of, you know, really all in on it. So I don't know. But for me personally, I quite like that quite a lot, mate. It's quite different to what the Milk Foley one we already know will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed it, mate, and I've got a score. How about you?
Yeah, I think that's a solid 3.75 for me, which is my kind of go-to. I enjoyed that. I'd have it again kind of score. You know, it's not setting the world alight, but it's a really solid beer that's very enjoyable.
Yeah, I'll match you, mate. I'd probably rate it a little bit higher, but I can't go as high as a 4. You know, and
yeah.
You know, so to be honest, again, you know, that's quite high praise for me, really, because I'd probably pitch milkshake type beers around 3.25, and it's not.
Yeah, because they're not for you, are they? I mean, that's
bag, you know, and so yeah, to get a whole half a point more, it means I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I think that's thoroughly good beer and should definitely be seeked out.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, should we crack on with Milk Foley then?
Yeah, indeed, mate. Let's. So yeah, this is strawberry and cream pale. For those who are, you know, original gangsters that come to our pub, you'll know we had that on probably in our
first couple of months.
Yeah.
Really popular beer, that.
In July 2019, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it was proper height of summer, and it was very much a sunshine beer as well. And obviously, anybody who knows the pub, it's just kind of, it might as well be arcade in a can, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's prepping our buffalo uniform and everything about, you know, just lumberjack lifestyle. So awesome can.
Don't know too much about this other than it's just masses of lactose and strawberry cream.
Yeah,
so
heavier hitter in percentage wise.
Is it a 6.3? Was it, mate?
Yeah, 6.3. I love the fact the can says a big sweet pale with lashings of strawberries and cream, a milkshake for all of mankind.
Yes,
excellent.
And I think on Untappd that's like a 3.6. So I'm not quite. I mean, it's still a fairly solid score. Probably a little bit lower than probably what I would have. But then again, it's been a while since I've had this. So
yeah, well, it's for me, mate. It has been like at least 18 months since we had it on draft. I haven't had it. So
no. But it was a really popular beer at our place, and yeah, I'd suspect visitors at the arcade would have given that a higher score than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I say, lactose, so not suitable for vegans, but I can assure you the mouthfeel is going to be a lot more intense than not intense, a lot more smoother than the top row.
More milkshakey vibe.
This is, I totally forgot as well. You know, I believe this was the collab with Brew York as well. So, yeah.
You don't actually say anything about that.
No. It's just I remember seeing it advertised last year, and I'm pretty sure Brew York were involved. So, but anyway, I've got someone to help me here to drink this beer.
Right.
Mr. Sacco. So I've got to try and open it now with the sock. So I'll have to try the mandible claw to get it open. Yeah. Oh, the one pair of white socks I've got, mate, I've had to sacrifice the one. Right, I actually can't hold the glass with that, so hang on a minute. Yeah, it's going to be a disaster. Let's try. Wrong glass. 1 sec. I'm going for the glass of water there. I'll refresh my taste buds.
Straight away, Richie, that is a far different colour, isn't it?
Oh, totally, mate. I mean,
the other one is like, very much more pale ale. Straight away, you can kind of.
Can you smell it as well? I mean,
yeah, the strawberry on that is ridiculous.
It's like it's a bunch of strawberries and cream. It's just all over, isn't it? Bloody
My
hell.
wife's on camera, and I will have to savour a bit of this. I mean, she's big time not down with craft, but that's like a fruit drink. She surely wouldn't. There you go. It's massive. A massive hit of aroma, isn't it?
Big time. Take me back to the good old times, mate, when life was simpler. Back in the summer of 2019, that famous Bryan Adams song.
And by that bloke, huh?
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Fruit City.
How about them lactose, mate? That's
yeah. Right. It's still a schooner's worth to me.
Big time.
It's very nice. It is very nice, but yeah, it's that's a pudding to me.
I agree. 440 mils, mate, is gonna be a struggle. If that was I'd love these beers in 330s. I know they can't just cater for me as much as I'd love that to be the case. Like just a 330 ml can would be perfect for me, I think.
This is the bit, I suppose, particularly like at the pub. This is the great thing about draft, isn't it?
Totally.
Especially like with our little paddles and bits.
That's the beautiful thing about it. We always try and offer as many beers in as many different sizes, just so people can try things. Really, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's that's the beauty of it, mate. I mean, just because this isn't particularly our main thing. It's a beauty of taste. I think it'd be boring if it was, all the same.
Do something unusual here. Usually, no. So just kind of clarify. I don't mind ice cream pails, just not very often. Now, if I was tempted to give this a 3.75 if I was giving it an Untappd score. However, it honestly does do exactly what it says on the tin. Copyright Ron Seal, trademark. It really is a strawberry and cream pale, and it nails it.
As advertised.
I really do think the 3.6 on Untappd is a little bit harsh, actually. So I would give this, even though I wouldn't go for it very often, but I would give that a 4, actually. I think that's
I praise him to it, mate.
Because it's doing exactly what it says. There's plenty of beers
job.
out there.
I mean, I've never rated anything a 5. So, it's top billing if you want to, because the fact I've opened the can and it smells like I'm in a frigging strawberry field. It's amazing. Like for that alone, it have nailed the remit spot on. But it's, I'm rating this on, which it's unfair, because again everything's subjective, but
of course
it's got
it is, yeah.
It's got to be on what I enjoy, and as I've kind of said earlier, that's going to be in the 3.25 camp. Nice, perfectly pleasant, nothing wrong with it. I'd take a schooner all day long and sit in the sunshine, enjoy my schooner, and then it'd be what odd stuff we got. That's it's just for me personally. But
I think you're being harsh, but there you go.
Yeah, it's probably is harsh, mate. But it's so I can't knock it. It's delivering. It's perfect in that respect. It's just not to my taste, I guess.
Well, fair enough. Well, On that note,
sorry to disappoint you,
drink it
Richard.
in.
I can't align my taste buds with yours and give it a 4.
Yeah, well, there you go. As I say, it certainly wouldn't be my first choice of beer, but I think for how it's been done, I think excellent effort personally. So there you go. That's where I am. But certainly, mate, as I get probably 3/4 of the way through that, it's going to start getting real sickly.
Yeah,
for sure. But I don't. That's for me. That's not a reason to mark it down. You know what you get yourself into. It says it's a cream pale and it's got lactose in it. You know what you're getting yourself into. If there's a style of beer I drink and I don't like it, it's because I don't like the style of beer. Typically, I just don't give it a rating on Untappd. I'll just say I've tried it. I didn't like it. So.
I wouldn't crap can this to anybody. So the flip side of saying about that the top rope on the Coldstone, it's probably more my cup of tea than like someone who's proper into milkshakes. If you're proper into milkshakes, drink that one.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So it's perfectly delivering what it's saying. Brilliantly. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. The top row one has got more sort of notes to it that appeal to my palate.
Yeah, it's more a pale, isn't it, than a cream pale, I think.
Yeah, definitely more my cup of tea.
Yeah.
As I say, I'd drink 2 of them to one of them. Like, in honesty, half would be enough for that can for me.
I think that's very sensible. Yeah.
Like in the pub now, I'd say, do you want to share a can? Like, I couldn't do it a lot for me personally.
Yes.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, there we go then, Scotty. So I suppose then, really, mate, you clearly got yourself a winner there with the top row.
Yeah, for sure. Can't take you seriously with sock, mate. But,
no, that's fine. The percentage isn't going to drop you on a stack of dimes, is it, mate? It's a pretty sensible, you know.
Dimes, you call it Nick.
Just as you should have seen your face. Your face as well, mate. The internet cut out on your face doing your Stone Cold, which is even better. So I'll have to just cut myself in there to cover it out. Right. So yeah, to conclude, guys, I think these are both excellent beers actually. The top rope, you can drink that all day, no problem. Very subtle. But the milk foley is the real ice cream pal as far as I'm concerned. That, you know, that's the true.
It gets its hands right. It definitely has its hand raised.
Absolutely.
In the milkshake stakes, I think, mate, for sure.
100%. Sure. Both solid, mate. I think, you know, the top rope Coldstone. Am I right in saying it's one of their usual? Like
I'd say it's one of their sort of flagship ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll announce on our last video everything that's come to Deliver Brew and details of the competition that we were on about in previous episodes. But we won't actually be reviewing it this time around, but there's also a chocolate orange version that we'll have on the site as well, which could be interesting. Again, that's super not my bag, so I wouldn't want to trash that. That will be definitely somebody's bag, but I'm the guy who don't like Jaffa cakes, so it'd be like completely wasted on me. But we've got some proper interesting top rope beers on there, and I think there'll definitely be something for everybody with that brewery personally.
For sure. Okay, mate. Well, I guess that concludes, doesn't it, buddy?
Well, yeah. So we'll sign off. As we said, we're aiming to be back April 16th outside. Weather and government and pandemic permitted. All these beers will be going on to Deliver Brew, so you will be able to enjoy them yourselves and give us your opinion on them. We will be back next week with a couple more beers to go through. As I say, we're going to keep winding this along until WrestleMania comes along. So, as old Stone Cold would say, tune in next time. Same Stone Cold time, same Stone Cold channel.